1, 2, 3. My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
Well, I think this year's freshman class obviously showed on the court what they're capable of doing on game day, especially Jamie and Jess. You know, being able to step into a situation where they started. Well, Jamie started every game for us. Jess started the majority of the games, and they were able to be key to get some of the best teams and the best competition in the league. So I think that's a very bright future when you think about what they were able to do as freshmen.
The biggest surprise for us this season, I think, was having the freshmen come in and help us so much. I mean, we had 3 starters in the starting lineup at the end of, or 3 freshmen in the starting lineup at the end of the season, and they really stepped up to the challenge of college basketball, and I think that was a big surprise for all of us coming back because we were worried about having them help us, and they really did a great job.
I think if you look back to the youth of this year's team, the biggest surprise is some of the things that they were able to do as freshmen. And it wasn't just one player in particular, but you had a group of 3 or 4 freshmen who were really able to step in and contribute right away. That doesn't always happen in this league because it's one of the best leagues in the nation. It's hard for freshmen to break the ice and get into the action as soon as they did this year. So what Jamie and Jess and Nikki and Kristen were able to do is something pretty special.
Just having the freshmen come in and actually make an impact. We had 5 freshmen this year, and I don't think anybody expected us all to be playing as much as we did, and I think we just stepped in and did a good job.
Funniest moments. Nothing necessarily pops to mind except, and this isn't funny because it involves an injury, but we had a player who slipped getting off of the bus that actually caused her to not be as ready for the game as she needed to be from an injury standpoint. Again, it's not funny, but when at a time in the season when things weren't necessarily going very well, to have something like that happen, makes you kind of want to shake your head.
Funniest moment has to be when Sam Reinhart fell off the bus on the way to Maryville, and she was basically paralyzed for the rest of the trip. Could barely walk, barely play. She still tried to play.
Funniest moment was when Sam fell down off the bus, and she was really hurt for the game. Like, it was funny, but it was serious at the same time. So she hurt her back, and she couldn't walk or run or sit.
Funniest moment was Sam falling off the bus when we went to Maryville, because she was just walking and then all of a sudden she fell and she was like actually hurt, and so of course everybody's gonna make fun of her, and she was really not happy at the time, but it was hilarious and she laughs about it now.
And we all got along as a team. I know that a lot of college teams have fight a lot, but I think as teammates we all like each other.
I'd say our favorite road trip had to be Hawaii, just because, I mean, it's Hawaii, like, it was super far, it was, we got to take a plane, and we just had a lot of fun together. Like, we were there for just about a week, and we got to do a lot of other things other than just play basketball, and it was like a good like team bonding experience.
My favorite road trip would have to be Hawaii because it's Hawaii and there's beautiful weather, and we went on lots of tourist trips and we played basketball, and so it was kind of like living a dream, just being in Hawaii, playing basketball and having fun with your teammates. I learned personally about each of my teammates, and I think as a team we really came together and understood how we played well together and what each of us needed to bring to the table in order for us to be successful, and I think that will really help us being a veteran squad next year, having so much experience this year. So that's I think a strength we can take from this season.
I can take from the season that we definitely need to work harder and develop more chemistry and trust our teammates, and we'll have a more positive season next year.
I think that I learned what it takes to compete at the collegiate level and how much more competitive it is at this level in high school. And being a freshman, I think that me and the rest of the freshmen that got so much experience here can take that into next year.
Well, I think we played a lot better basketball as the season went on. So I think if you can kind of build on that and pick up where you left off this year for next year, you have a core of kids returning that are able to understand where we came from this year, where we ended, and hopefully pick up right where we left off and continue to build. I think that's the biggest thing we need to take from this year.
Coming out the side of your face, we tapping right into your memory banks. Thanks.